How good is this quote from the Afro version of Colonel Sanders, Mark Twain? Man's greatest problems emerge from him not being able to sit in a room by himself, which is of course played with that piano of ding 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 ding. You're gonna sit here and listen to me play out all of Ecosace at E flat. Sorry. Look, the thing is, the reason that this is so important for you to understand is that if you aren't able to sit in a room by yourself, especially in this day and age, so much harder because you've constantly got your phone there, and as soon as you've got your phone, you're just going, oh, I wonder what's happening in America. Oh, there's so much hatred there. I wonder why. So much. This is all bullshit stimulation, by the way. I was walking around in America the other day, and by the other day I mean like 5 weeks ago. Dude, everything's fine there. It's just this constant media hype of going like, it's a race war, everyone's about to kill it. It's Rwanda, except for in a first world country. It's fine. There's so much information that you don't need. What you need is to synthesize ideas and get deep thoughts. And the way that you do that is to sit in a room by yourself with no stimulation, except for your imagination, So many of my better ideas, the real poignant sentences in all of my videos have all emerged from that moment where I'm writing, and I just go, I can't handle it anymore. And then I walk outside, I take a brief walk just around my garden, just pacing around and around in a circle, and then people will go, well, you saw a flower, that's stimulation. Good point. All right, scratch that. You don't need any stimulation except for a beautiful violet. You don't need any stimulation, all right? Take that point. That's all you need. You just need yourself and your thoughts, and then you, especially when you're dealing with complex ideas, it's kind of like when, I can't remember which one it is, every time I ever use the example of a Greek philosopher, I'm always like, Aristotle, and I'm pretty sure that's just because Plies the rapper named one of his albums Aristotle. I can't remember which one it was, one of the ones that's good at maths, Archimedes, he sounds like he is, because I vaguely remember that he's to do with maths. But one of those guys, he was sitting in a bath, and then it sort of, yeah, you know, that eureka moment. It was because he was sitting there by himself, not talking to anybody else, just synthesizing ideas, letting them mold around in his mind, and just seeing where his imagination takes him. That is a pivotal part of success. Because to have those deep, profound realizations, you need to reflect. In fact, this guy that I used to share my house with, I've talked about him a few times on Friendly Geordies, Torbs, the badass Norwegian kid with stupid dreads that I sometimes refer to as finished. He put you off the trail, but then I talk about him as being Norwegian again, so we're back on the same trail, aren't we? He used to go out and just, yeah boys, party, go and pick up some girls, smoke some weed, and oh, no money again. That kind of a lifestyle. He used to live in my house, and in what we both referred to as, even he admitted it, a crack den. Just absolute filth. And you always walked in there, and it was basically Damo and Darren from City Rock Brain just sitting there going, hey mate, how are you? Do you know Farbs? I do, from as of 2 hours ago. Those kind of people. So it was just absolute filth. It was always dirty gangster rap playing consistently, just constantly pounding in his head. And I remember after a severe hangover of a night, I walked in there, saw him passed out, was about to walk out of the room, and I saw that he wrote in pencil at the top of the door frame, maybe you need to be bored so that you can reflect. How profound is that? He's absolutely right. The next time you're bored, good. Don't go into some bullshit little stimulation online. Don't play jats. I know you still play them. And I think that's really cool. You're a good person. None of that shit. Just sit there with your thoughts and let them meld for a while. Because most people aren't doing this, and that is what creates depth. A lot of people are able to think quicker now because they're constantly just the pokey machine thing. So they're obviously able to, move from one thought to the next quicker, but as a result of that, their thinking has become extremely shallow. And in terms of things that are going to solve humans' problems, solve your own problems, you need depth. Alright? So next time you're bored, stick with that. Stick with that emotion for a while. Ride out that wave. It will do you great things. That's such a Donald Trump line, is it? It will do you great things. Doesn't really make grammatical sense. Shut up, I'm winning. And then, shut up! Just listen to me, alright? Do it. I'll see you next week. Thanks so much for subscribing. Tell a friend. Mwah.